What obstacle you threw in the way of Michael Jordan? He knocked him out.
He overcame it.
He knocked him out. Jordan was the kind of dude that would roll up on you, right? You could have the finest ass honeys in the room. Don't mean nothing to him. But the reason there were no other options is because anybody that played in that era would tell you there could not possibly be another option because Michael Jordan was head and shoulders above them all. What obstacle you threw in the way of Michael Jordan? He knocked him out.
He overcame it.
He knocked him out. What I would tell you, everyone has religiously said to me, you feared Jordan. Mm-hmm. You respect all these.
When people bring up greatness in the NBA, the first thing that usually gets thrown around are numbers, rings, and awards. But Stephen A. Smith shuts that down quick when it comes to Michael Jordan. Because with MJ, it's about something way deeper than stats. It's about that killer mindset, the fear he struck in everyone's heart, and the raw respect he demanded the second he hit the floor. If you're hooked already, smash that subscribe button, hit the bell, and drop a comment so we can keep this fire debate going. Stephen A. wastes no time laying it out. During Jordan's era, there was zero debate about who the best player alive was. Anyone who played in that time will tell you flat out, there was no second option. Jordan was so far ahead it wasn't just an opinion, it was reality across the league. His dominance wasn't questioned, it was lived and felt by every single opponent who faced him. And when it came to obstacles, Jordan didn't just overcome them, he demolished them. Stephen A. highlights how MJ turned every challenge into a stepping stone, breaking through like a wrecking ball. This wasn't just about physical gifts, it was about resilience, adaptability, and an unshakable will to win. From the bruising battles with powerhouse Eastern teams in the late 80s, to the ruthless Detroit Pistons' bad boys defense, to the insane pressure of maintaining a dynasty in the 90s, Jordan never folded. Instead, he refined his game, came back sharper, and proved again and again that he wasn't satisfied with just winning. He wanted to dominate so badly that nobody dared question his throne. Stephen A. drives home a chilling point. Players didn't just respect Jordan, they feared him, and that fear made all the difference. Respect is nodding to someone's talent. Fear is when your hands start shaking before tip-off because you know what's coming. Fear messes with your preparation, your confidence, your every decision on the court. And Jordan owned that psychological edge like nobody else.
Fear that Jordan would instill in you because he was the kind of person that, like, I'm going to drop 50 on you tonight. And he would do it. Then he'd turn around and defensively shut your ass down. I'm telling you, Jordan was the kind of dude that would roll up on you, right? You could have the finest ass honeys in the room. Don't mean nothing to him. He see the star he about to go against with him.
Game after game, MJ built that fear through cold-blooded buzzer beaters, clutch performances, and an unshakable refusal to ever take an L. Opponents stepped on the court knowing he had the skills, the mentality, and the sheer drive to take over whenever he felt like it. Stephen A. makes it crystal clear. This wasn't just about basketball skill, this was psychological warfare. Jordan's reputation walked into the building before he did, and that reputation broke players mentally before the game even started. That fear froze people up, and that tiny hesitation was all Jordan needed to rip them apart. It's a rare weapon in sports, and according to Stephen A., it's what made Jordan untouchable. He wasn't just great, he was untouchable, unshakable, and flat-out terrifying to anyone standing in his way. And here's where Stephen A. really spices it up. Jordan didn't just intimidate, he delivered. He was the type to look you dead in the eye before the game and say, I'm dropping 50 on you tonight. And then actually go out and do it. Imagine that, someone telling you exactly how he's about to destroy you and you still can't stop it. That's a different level of nightmare. That confidence, that swagger, that ice-cold execution, it created dread that no scouting report could fix. Watching Jordan call his shot and then hit it again and again showed the world why he wasn't just another star. He was the ultimate standard. His self-belief was untouchable, his will unmatched, and every time the lights were brightest, he proved why Michael Jordan wasn't just great. He was the player opponents feared the most in NBA history. It wasn't just raw talent, it was precision preparation. If Jordan said he was going to torch you, it was because he had already dissected your entire game plan. He studied your moves, your weaknesses, and every scheme your coach cooked up until he knew exactly how to crush you. When he promised domination, it wasn't trash talk. It was a blueprint for destruction. And Stephen A. makes it clear, offense was only half the nightmare. After Jordan embarrassed you with buckets, he could turn around and lock you up on defense too. That's the rarest skill in the game. Most elite scorers save their energy on defense, but not MJ. He took pride in being the full package, a two-way beast who could torch you and erase you. Think about that. You couldn't stop him from scoring, and at the same time, you couldn't score on him either. That's a basketball death sentence. It makes the whole game feel hopeless. Stephen A. points out that this balance, offensive brilliance mixed with suffocating defense, is exactly why Jordan still stands as the gold standard of greatness. It wasn't just about the points he racked up. It was about how completely he controlled every single possession. And Stephen A. takes it even further with a raw look into Jordan's mentality. He paints the picture of MJ walking into a room filled with flashing lights, fame, distractions, even the most beautiful women in the world, and none of it mattered. His eyes were locked on one thing only, the superstar he was about to destroy that night. That's how deep his competitive obsession ran. This wasn't some situational focus. Jordan lived in that zone. Other athletes got caught slipping with off-court temptations or mental lapses, but MJ's mind was like steel, laser-locked on the mission at hand. Every matchup was personal, every game was a battlefield, and Jordan was stepping in ready to make a statement. Nothing could sway him from that goal. Stephen A. shows us that this wasn't just discipline, it was borderline obsession. Jordan treated every matchup like a war where only one name would be remembered: win the duel, win the game, and leave zero doubt who the alpha on the court was. That's why he never showed up unprepared, never lost focus, and never let an opponent breathe easy. Greatness like that isn't just physical, it's mental warfare at the highest level. Jordan's ability to shut out the noise and zero in on his opponent made him unstoppable. Few athletes in history have ever mastered that skill, and it's exactly what made Michael Jordan a once-in-a-lifetime force. Stephen A. doesn't stop there. He digs into how Jordan thrived against the ugliest, toughest battles the league could throw at him. In the late 80s, the Eastern Conference was a battlefield. Teams like the Detroit Pistons weren't just trying to beat you, they were trying to break you. Those bad boys made the game brutal. But instead of backing down, Jordan used every hit as fuel. He didn't just survive the punishment, he came back stronger and flipped the script on them. That's what made him terrifying. Every obstacle turned into another weapon in his arsenal. By the time the 90s rolled around, he wasn't just winning games, he was building a dynasty under the heaviest spotlight in sports. The pressure of keeping the Bulls on top would have cracked most players, but Jordan thrived in that chaos. He sharpened his skills, elevated his teammates, and kept the machine running like nothing could stop it. Stephen A. makes the point crystal clear. Jordan wasn't just chasing wins, he was chasing domination. He wanted to leave no doubt, no excuses, no what-ifs. Every series, every season, he made sure the narrative was written in stone. Michael Jordan was untouchable. And then comes the chilling truth players whispered to Stephen A. Respect was for other stars, but Jordan inspired fear. That's a whole different level. Respect means you admire someone's talent, but fear means you're already beaten before the ball even goes up. Guys were mentally rattled, second-guessing themselves, just knowing MJ could take over whenever he wanted. Stephen A. breaks it down. Jordan's legend wasn't just built on highlights, it was built on psychological warfare. Opponents froze, hesitated, and that split second was all he needed to bury them. That's why he wasn't just great, he was unstoppable, unshakable, and flat-out terrifying to face. And here's the craziest part. Jordan would call his shot before the game even started. Stephen A. recalls stories of MJ telling opponents, "I'm dropping 50 on you tonight," and then going out and doing exactly that. Imagine the helplessness of hearing it, preparing for it, and still watching it happen right in your face. That wasn't trash talk, it was prophecy fulfilled. That swagger, that execution, that ice-cold delivery made him one of a kind. He didn't just play basketball, he weaponized fear, focus, and dominance in a way nobody else ever has. Stephen A. shows us that this wasn't about stats or awards. It was about breaking opponents mentally, physically, and emotionally until there was nothing left but Jordan standing tall. Finally, Stephen A. zeroes in on Jordan's laser-sharp obsession with the opponent's star player. The second MJ spotted who the main threat was, his eyes lit up like a hunter locked on his prey. This wasn't casual interest, it was a signal that somebody's night was about to get ruined. Jordan treated every top dog on the other team like a personal mission, dismantling their game piece by piece until nothing was left. And when he shut down your best guy, the message was brutal and crystal clear. If your star can't get it done, what chance does the rest of your squad have? That's psychological dominance at its deadliest. By targeting the number one threat, Jordan didn't just crush one player, he broke the entire team's spirit before the buzzer even sounded. Stephen A. paints this as the ultimate competitive lock-in. Jordan thrived on it. He wasn't ducking smoke, he was hunting it. He relished those head-to-head wars with the biggest names, feeding off the challenge and proving without a doubt that when the lights were brightest, he was always the one standing taller. That's why Jordan is still the ultimate measuring stick. Stephen A. makes it clear this wasn't just about rings or numbers, it was about the mentality. From the universal respect he commanded in his era, to the way he shattered obstacles, to the fear he struck into opponents, and the way he dominated both ends of the floor, MJ was built different. His focus never wavered, his battles were legendary, and his pursuit of competition was relentless. Stephen A.'s breakdown doesn't just tell stories, it delivers a masterclass in greatness. Jordan wasn't just another superstar, he was the standard. And while debates about the GOAT will rage on for years, for those who saw it firsthand and for those who truly understand the game, Michael Jordan will forever sit on top. Nothing compares to that. Nothing. If you're feeling this breakdown and want more fire content like this, make sure to like, share, subscribe, and drop a comment below with your thoughts.